Hi there. 11 weeks out now, so I haven't been able to do one of these for a couple of weeks. As you can probably hear, my voice still isn't 100%, but basically I completely lost it. So there was no way I was able to do a video update. I had a chest infection which started about 3 weeks ago now, and that put me out for a couple of days. I trained for the first 3 days of that week, but then Thursday I was KO'd. So Thursday, Friday I didn't train, weekend off, and then I was back on it on Monday. Now, because my breathing's been bad and obviously my chest's been a bit tight, I haven't done cardio. I stopped doing cardio from the Thursday, and I resumed it this Thursday, just gone. So I took a full 2 weeks off cardio. Now, it didn't really hinder me in terms of progress. I will go through sort of how my weight's gone, my measurements and my strength over the last 3 weeks. The diet hasn't changed at all. I'm still on 4,000 calories, and I'm still training in the same way, and obviously cardio has been skipped, but it is still scheduled to be 20 minutes fasted. So the plan hasn't changed at all. I've been progressing well. The only thing that has differed over the weeks is the skip loading. We've gone from an 8-hour skip load to a 10-hour, and then I did another 10-hour this weekend too. In terms of calories, I managed to get a lot more in this week on my 10-hour load than I did last week. So around about 8,500 last week, I think, in 10 hours. Then I probably got nearer 9.5 to 10 this week. Plenty of carbs, about 13 to 1,500 grams of carbs. So I'll go all the way back to the 12th of March, where my weight was 104.8 kilo, which was a 1.6 kilogram drop from the week before. The weight went up after my skip load by just 0.2 kilo, and that was the skip load I think that I covered in my last video, where I could have probably done better in terms of how much I got down in by the sort of a small amount of weight I gained. That was so conclusive that I needed to work a bit harder with that. So the following week, my weight was down by 0.7 kilo, 104.1, and after my skip load it went up to 105.9, so a bit better. I did baseline, and I actually went all the way down to about 103 something, but then my weight seemed to go back up. I think at Thursday last week I was at 103.4, but by Saturday, which is my official weigh-in I suppose, my weight is 105.3. so with that in mind I kept my skip load the same. Obviously I'm not going to extend the skip load when I've ended up gaining weight, so I've put 1.2 kilo on last week. Can't really understand it, to be honest. My diet was pretty much spot on. The only thing I can put it down to is my training's been fantastic. I've been lifting some big weights, getting stronger. Maybe I am still growing. I'm still eating 4,000 calories on this prep, which theoretically is enough for me to grow. So maybe by some miracle I'm dropping body fat and gaining muscle, but it's hard to tell. I mean, I did take a waist measurement. 3 weeks ago I was 92 centimetres. 2 weeks ago I was 90 centimetres. Now unfortunately I forgot to do it this weekend, which is where I've gained the weight. It would have been nice to see that measurement stay the same or even come down with the increase in weight, because then I'd have definitely known it wasn't down to fat gain. It'll have been either muscle gain or a bit of water. By the way, we left it at that. Post skip, I went up to 106.4. So again, just 1.1 increase from the skip load So I'm quite confident I'm going to baseline by Wednesday this week. I would go as far as to say I think I will go back down to where I was 2 weeks ago in weight. I think I will go way below 1.5, 105.3, maybe even get down to 104, which will obviously see me be back on track in terms of losing weight. Obviously, without a weight limit this year, it's not that important. It is just a guide, and that's why I'm a bit annoyed at myself for not taking the waist measurement, because that is more important. I can see myself, I am looking visually better now. My condition's nowhere near what it was 12 weeks out. Last year, I took my progress pictures after the first 5 weeks of prep, and there's quite a dramatic change, but it's not as good as last year. Now, the difference is my metabolism is on fire, and I am feeling full of energy, training hard, dropping weight, dropping fat. Last year, I sort of came in quicker, but stopped about 4 weeks out, didn't make much progress. I think we'll end up sort of nice linear progress all the way to comp. So I'm keeping my strength up, my calories up. There is talk of dropping my calories after this week. So I'll get this week out of the way, skip load Saturday, and then it looks like my calories will go down, which I'm quite happy to do. I mean, 4,000 calories is still quite hard work for me. My appetite's sort of caught up now, which leads me to suspect my metabolism's running really well. So, as I mentioned, cardio, I've only really been back on it 2 days after 2 weeks off. Maybe that's something to do with my weight gain, I don't know. But performance in the gym has been fantastic. I mean, every session, every day, I'm making a PB. I'm getting a PB on at least one exercise, most exercises. Now, I've made a few notes and to show you the progress I've made during prep. So this is over the 5 weeks I've actually been dieting down. So not only have I dropped my calories by 1,000 since the start of prep, but obviously I've added the cardio in. But I'm actually getting stronger, and I've never experienced that before. I'm actually lifting more now than I've ever lifted in my whole life, and I'm dieting. So I've made a note of like the sort of main exercise of each session. So shoulder press, and today I went in and did 180 for 11, which is 1 rep more than last week, and it's 10 kilos and 2 reps more than I was doing 5 weeks ago. Chest press, I'm up to 200 kilos and getting 8 reps out. Now that's happened twice in the last 2 weeks. I haven't managed to get more than 8, but I was doing 190 for 10 5 weeks ago, so an extra 10 kilo, a few reps less, but there's still more weight. More weight's going to mean growing. Rack pulls, I struggled with them last week, but the week before I got 280 for 8, and to be honest, it was just my grip that went then. My previous best 5 weeks ago was 260 for 11, so that's 20 kilo more. Leg press, this is my best increase, but as you may know, I've had a lot of trouble with my legs. Last year I tore my hamstring and my quad, so I've had to be very careful with my legs this year, and I have wanted to bring them up. The only way I can do this now is to keep my reps high and just slowly build up the weight over the weeks, no jumping up by massive amounts. Having said that, I have gone from doing 260 key for 15 on the leg press to 320 for 15 on the leg press. So I was pleased when I got above 300. My best, I used to be heavy on leg press. I used to do 550, 600 for about 8. So to be doing 320 for 15, it's nice. I can see myself getting to 400, but obviously I will err on the side of caution with the weeks going by. I don't want to be injuring myself. There's not really anything else to go over. Like I say, the main sort of problem is I didn't do a waist this week, so I can't really say how much I progressed in the last week, because the weight gain would suggest that I've actually gone backwards, but I can see visually I'm definitely looking tight around the midsection. I've still not got the abs out yet, but I'm looking more vascular in the arms. The calves are coming on well. So 11 weeks out now, I'm quite happy. I'm quite at ease with things. I trust my coach now. I'm looking forward to the change in diet next week to hopefully speed things along, start seeing some progress. But at the moment, like I say, with me lifting so much in the gym, maybe I am still gaining somewhere or other. One thing that I am pleased about is that I am pretty much injury free for the first time in a long time. Nothing's holding me back now, and touch wood, this is the first year I've not had any injuries. So I'm going to obviously keep listening to my body, training around things that, when these niggles do come across, and hopefully get through all the way to the comp, performing well in the gym and not picking up any injuries. I'm going to do a food prep video this week. I'm going to do a whole week, so I'm going to show you how I prep the 3 meals that I take with me every day. So obviously I have breakfast at home, which I make every day, and then I have a pre-workout meal, a post-workout meal after that. All of those are prepared in advance. Obviously my evening meal, salmon salad is every day. I do that as and when. And obviously my bedtime shake. I prepare all my shakes daily as well. My pre, intra and post workout shakes. So I'll be showing you basically how to make 7 days of food, 4 meals, so in hopefully within an hour. So there's no excuse really when it comes to food prep. If you're organised, you can quite easily eat well every day of the week. So I'm going to show you how I do it to be efficient with my time, and hopefully give you some tips on how to make things taste that a little bit nicer as well without adding too many calories to it. So I'll leave it there for now. Again, my apologies for not keeping this up to date, but I really I've been sort of up against it with this voice coming and going. Not the most exciting video, but to be honest, there's not much happening yet. I think as we approach the show date, things will be moving along a lot quicker. So next week's video will just be a little snippet, just to give you a quick update on where we're at. Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next week.